Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? My bad, besties. My bad. Last week, I did not mention Lisa's dress. Lisa's reunion look was fire. Who was I on so hard last week where I forgot? Whatever. Let me get into. I think I liked how Brooke's look brought. Her makeup was pretty, but baby, Lisa's dress. OMG, loved it. She looked like an Oscar statue. You know, the Oscars. She looked just like that, so poised. Those finger waves, fire. She's always cute. But I forgot to mention her dress. I want to give you a shout out, Lisa. You were gorgeous. And speaking of dresses, y'all, excuse me, the roach glue trap that got stuck on Stanberry's dress when they went on break, they went in the back. Did you guys see the tape that was stuck to her dress? And it had those 3 or 4 cockroaches on it. Ooh! Oh my gosh. I'm from Cali. We don't do that, but that is definitely a New York thing. Welcome to New York, Dubai. Ooh. Okay, besties. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back or welcome to Behind the Shade. Let's throw some shade, honey, and get into another episode of The Real Housewives of Dubai. This is season 2. This is the last and final show of season 2. This is The Reunion, part 2. Whew. The season was so good, but this reunion just did not land for me. So let's get into it because it did not land. How do we rate this episode, besties? What do you think? Uh, Flat. Did not land. Ooh. Uh-oh. I'm just wasting some coffee on my desk. Give me a second. And I'm back. So, Andy asked Brooks, why did Rafi get involved? And are you mad at him? She says, yes, because I told him not to. Well, baby girl, the way marriage works, you cannot be hollering, throwing your hands all up into Lean's face, hollering, screaming, threatening her, talking crazy to her, and not think that her husband, your friend, so what? Her husband is going to sit there and let you. You know what I'm saying? Talene says he was de-escalating the situation. Exactly. Why did you see, Brooks? You put him in a position to have to do that. Had you're telling him not to get involved, you should have piped down too. And I understand Talene ain't no punk, but her husband is present. Okay, you have no one defending you but Lisa. You should have piped down a little bit on your own. You did not need him to get involved, and you know what I'm saying? His presence alone and his friendship alone should have made you calm down just a tad. Because they are your friends, honey. You are in public. Ugh. Brick's gonna ask Andy, can we move on? No, can you move on? Can you move on? They still have questions about your behavior. What do you mean? You don't run this show. Can we move on? So Andy said yes. Oh, Brooks. So Brooks reiterates her hatred for mustard yellow and says because it reminds her of regurgitation, of vomit, the bleh, you know, the emoji with the green stuff foaming running down his mouth. So Lisa says, mustard yellow looks good on dark skin, honey. And I'm like, Lisa, Brooks is not dark skin, but okay, she's brown, she's caramel, she's not dark, but she can work it, but she has a right not to like mustard yellow. But she did take it a little far. Well, mustard yellow. Goodness. So Andy gets back to Tilleen and Brooks. But wait a minute, didn't she say let's move on? So Tilleen has apologized for everything she said. So Brooks says, yes, your dating, my dating habits, where's your husband comment? So Brooks says, she's okay. And so Talene says, well, hold up, Heifer. Where's your accountability for the smear campaign that you've been on? You didn't came at my family. No. So Brooks is like, well, you came from my family. You just slandered my name on TV. You didn't call me an alcoholic. You just said I was unhinged. Talene's like, you are unhinged. This is why I like Talene. She do insert herself a lot, but this is what we're here for. You told her, Brooks, the cat is out the bag. They all said that you gave her the assignment and she's doing it. So didn't know it was going to backfire on you, right? But she's here battering her back and she's explosive. Okay. So they said Brooks lives on Twitter, Spaces, X, whatever you call it. So she admits she goes 100 all the time and she needs to dial it back. You do. And so here go Talene again. Are you apologizing? And it's like, Talene, why are you asking for an apology? That didn't go over well with Lisa. She wasn't here for it. She wasn't playing them games with you. So here go Talene again. Now she's asking Brooks, are you apologizing? So she says, yeah. So during their break, Talene tells Sarah that she's always apologizing and she'd rather have an honest conversation with Brooks. Lisa tells, well, let me back up. An honest conversation, most of the times the person that you are fucking with will not give you an honest conversation. They're more likely going to be deflective and protective and defensive of themselves. Good luck there, Talene. Lisa tells Brooks that Ayan is on 1,000, honey. And Stanberry is like, what's wrong with you? She said that to Ayan. Excuse me. Ayan tells Stanberry, oh, I fell for the word victim. And, Stanberry looking like, girl. So, Lisa's like, Lisa's my best friend and she knows what triggers me. Stanberry is like, she deflects and she's like, oh, look, I got roaches on my dress. Okay, that's not what happened, but you get it. The roaches kind of took over that moment. So Brooks goes into Talene's dressing room to tell her she's happy that they talked and she's ready to move forward. So Talene says, it's the online stuff that you do that just gets me. And so they both are blaming each other for going low. Talene meets you where you are, Brooks. I think you know that. So Talene brings up the 105 times that allegedly she supposedly asked Brooks to be on the show. You wanted me on the show to take Stanberry down. She said, no, you wanted to be on the show since season 1 and you didn't get cast and they didn't cast you. And it's like she says it as if they're not on season 2. You've been wanting to be on here since season 1. It's like she sounds like they on season 12. Like, boo, it's just the next season, and she made it. So, mama, I made it. Calm down, Brooks. Jeez. Yeah. Andy asked Brooks, why was she so offended by Lisa having her meet a row even at another spa? Exactly. Lisa tells Brooks she uses other spas too, and she reminds her that she did not even invite her or Ayan to her grand opening. So, baby, you were not on my radar. You are shady as I don't know what, and then you want to sit up here and pout about us not hosting, about Lisa not hosting at her establishment. Girl, get a life. and just took that thing so bad, just took it to the heart. Really? So Stanberry says, the women in this group, they just take each other's wins away. And I agree. She was right. And so Lisa reminds her what she did to Lisa last season. They always flash back to the reunion where they had a back and forth. I don't really want to get into it because I didn't watch the season. Blah 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 blah. Lisa is still butthurt about it, that's her choice, but she's still bringing it up. And so then she goes into this whole thing of she grabs a bag behind her. She pulls out the journals. I bought 3 of your journals, Stanberry. And so she's busting her out. She says it's plagiarism for coming out with these journals and putting her name on it. And she said, I just believe that I have the same exact journal from somewhere else, and I do. And so she said, Stanberry, you just put your name all on this. And so Stanberry says, I never said that I didn't. Like I never said I wrote a journal, woo woo woo. And I get what Lisa was trying to do because they were telling Stansberry tells Lisa that her creams come from Alibaba. And so she says, no, my creams come from Europe. And so, okay, girl. But the whole comparison of maybe your products are coming from Alibaba versus Stanberry. It's a journal, Lisa. You don't have to really do plagiarism with a journal. It's just I'm sure there's a little template that most journals come as, little affirmation here or there, lines where you can write maybe a date and some kind of, subjects for you to write about. But that's not what you would call plagiarism, love. Most journals have that same template, So Lisa denies that her products come from Alibaba. She said, I know I want to know, Brooks said this, right? So I'm sitting here going, okay, Brooks has an establishment. She has a spa. She probably would like to add products to her collection, with her spa. Why was she on Alibaba? Huh? Huh? Doing your research, contemplating, are you, Brooks? Are you going to go ahead and put some products out from Alibaba? And hello, what's wrong with that when I think about it? Because there are plenty of girls on the TikTok that are millionaires now from selling skincare products and getting it from Alibaba. Somebody gotta manufacture this stuff. I'm just saying, why was Miss Spa owner on Alibaba? Oh, girl. So Lisa brought out her receipts, honey. She said Nature Lab does my products and they're in Bulgaria. Okay, girl. Bulgaria. Okay. Well, a content creator got a package from Lisa and he was looking to see where it was manufactured from, and it was in the States. They didn't give out what state, but it was done right here in the US of A. Oh, Lisa. So they move on to Stanberry. The new house that her and Sergio have moved into has taken 2 years to finish. Sergio, they asked, is Sergio the man of the house? Now, why did y'all ask that question? No. So Stanberry says yes and no. She's like, I'm 20 years older than him, and I like to control everything that goes on because in my first marriage, I didn't know anything. Like her ex-husband paid everything. So she's trying to correct that. She says Sergio is secure in who he is, and he has a job, they say, because someone asked. And so we're like, okay, well, what's his job? Sergio is building a hotel in Bali, and this is his project, blah, 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 blah. Oh, girl, please. Sergio is probably an employee of Stanberry's and has an LLC or something. Okay, girl. Let's let Sergio have his own building, his own hotel in Bali. Okay. So, and it's just like for her to be like, everybody knows she got money. Just be like, his job is being my husband. That's what I would have said. Claim that girl. He is a retired soccer player. His new job is to be my husband. He is Mr. Husband. Okay. So she still does not want a baby. She has done IVF and now surrogacy is legal in Dubai. Okay, why are you doing IVF if you don't want a baby, Stanberry? Like, you need to figure out what you're doing and stop holding that man hostage. You know, she doesn't want a baby and she's not going to have a baby. And and Sergio, he wants a baby and he should be able to have that right. And I don't think this marriage is going to last. And I don't think a surrogate is what Sergio wants. He didn't even understand how that even works. And he's not going to understand it because he doesn't want to understand it. He wants his wife to carry. And it's just kind of like, Sergio, you didn't think about all this before you really got into deep with Stanberry? Like, you didn't think about any of this? Like, your family didn't kind of ask you, like, so, what about her? She has 3 grown kids, and is she going to be willing to have a baby? Do you want her to have one? She's almost 50. And child, and if he doesn't leave her, he's gonna have a family, probably out there in Bali. That's why he put a hotel out there. He probably gonna have a whole nother family somewhere else. And Stanberry won't even care. Or he just gonna leave her, whatever. So the conversation moves to Sarah and her dating. So Akeem came into her life when she was deep healing. And so, his BS did not last with her. Okay. She said he was thirsty and he cheated. Oh, Sarah, how does one cheat when you're not together? She said she hired a detective, besties. Sarah, why are you hiring a detective to follow someone who's not your exclusive boyfriend? Then, honey, his exes were sending her screenshots of inappropriate conversations between them and Akeem. So why do you need to hire a detective? You're a healed person. That energy comes to you. You're a woman with intuition. We already know before they even think about it. Even before they think about cheating, we gonna know that that's what he gonna do. Okay. What are you hiring a detective for? He's not your man. The exes are telling you. So what do you need to be hiring someone for? Honey, they coming in droves letting you know, boo. And why are they doing that? So she said they weren't together, but exclusive. What does that even mean, Sarah? What does that mean? We were together, but no, we weren't together, but we were exclusive. Exclusive what? Exclusively doing what? You know what that is. Let's move on. And so somebody asked me, had they kissed? Was it Talene? And so she wouldn't say if they kissed or not. But baby, she already told you they have, because they weren't together, but they're exclusive. Oh, honey, they've been kissing. Oh, yeah. Oh, they've been kissing, honey. Oh, yes. She just answered it before you even asked. She couldn't do the podcast when she was with him, or not with him, whatever, with that shirtless man. Remember that, y'all? She couldn't even go to the gym because men are there, but he trains women, and you know how that cheating man works, or cheating works. They accuse you of doing the things that they're doing. So she says that he's insecure, sad, and rude. And the other girls are saying, like, yeah, he was nice to us, but he was very rude to Sarah in certain situations or whatever. So she says she is single and she's dating. And now her son, he's okay now since the scare with the nanny. He was, upset and just full of anxiety for about 2 months. And so now he's okay. He's back to normal. And I'm just like, okay, Sarah, but don't ever keep it so real with the kid. Okay. You are to protect him from this. Just because he seems okay now, this may spark, you're giving him layers of trauma for no reason. You're giving him layers of issues that he has to carry for no reason. Okay. Moving to Ayan and Lisa. So their issues started before Bali, y'all. Okay, I was like, say what now? Say what? Say what? Let me listen. So Rihanna, the singer from Barbados, Rihanna, that one, Fenty beauty care line, whatever, follows Ayan. Lisa asked her to put in a word for her with her clothing line, right? And so before filming, Ayan asked Riri for advice, with her makeup line. So Riri was like, I got you, girl, whatever you need, let me know. Woo, woo, woo. So then when the filming started for this season, Ayan told Lisa that she didn't get permission from Rihanna to bring the name up on the show. And then they had a back and forth, forth and back, and then back again. So they tried. So wait. So I'm sitting here like, oh, okay. So you want your best friend, since she just talking to Rihanna online, she's trying to get established with her beauty brand, but you want her to speak up for you. So you wanted Ayan to ask Rihanna, oh, I'm starting a makeup line. You have any advice for me? Oh yeah, do this, do this, do this. Oh, and if you need anything else, let me know. Okay, Riri. Oh, and also my best friend has a maternity line, and I know you're working on your family. Would you like to girl, ain't nobody doing all that. We're not doing that. They don't know each other, Lisa. It's just some online back and forth and back. Like you gotta let her get in first with that, and then maybe. But they're not friends. So you can't really hold that against her. But I mean, you can do what you want. But I don't think that was her, and she didn't do it because she didn't want to. We all know that Ayan is jealous of you, Lisa. Goodness. And she's probably lightweight competing with you. That's why she didn't do it. If you think about it, Ayan has gone to Tony Malt for help. She's helping her. She's her partner. She's gone to that Huda lady for help. She's asking Rihanna for help. And Lisa is a go-getter. She's doing her thing on her own. So that's something, Ayan is competing with you, Lisa. That's how them jealous friends work. That's how that stuff works out. And you be so blindsided. You just have to really figure it out later. And I just hate that for best friends. Well, fake, one real, one fake, whatever. Say what you want. This is how I see it. And from my experience also. But anyway, so then they tried to discuss this voice note mess. And they just kept talking over each other. And that drives me crazy because I can't hear. The closed caption is doing too much. It is just too much. And Ayan gets loud and starts screaming. And but if you notice, everybody cuts Lisa off, won't let her talk. Andy don't try to tell him to be quiet. But honey, don't go over there trying to talk over Stanberry, or he will shut you down quick, honey. We know who the class pet is, Andy. So the producer said Ayan told Lisa before the dinner that this voice note was going to come up. Lisa's like, no, We were walking to dinner, and Ayan was freaking out and said Stanberry is gonna play something. They just talking over her. She never said it was Lisa's voice note. And I don't even think Lisa is lying, because why would she need to lie? It's just we're talking. I just, Ayan is mm, Ayan is the little jealous friend. It's Ayan, all this is your fault. You are out for Lisa for some reason. So Stanberry was like, when you called out Sarah about the voice note, didn't you think Ayan would be in the crossfire? Stanberry. She wanted to prove to Sarah that Brooks isn't who she says she is. So that's your obligation, Stanberry. So why did you send the voice note to Ayan, Lisa? And she said, I was confused. Sarah said, you should have called me. Exactly. Ayan said she was being messy with her best friend. Exactly. That's what best friends do. Girl, listen to this. Girl, look at this. Girl, guess who sent this to me? Don't we all do that? We all do it. We all do it. Because we all know Lisa was not confused. Now, if Ayan was confused, we would believe that because she speaks so many languages, and English is hard for her. But Lisa knew what she was doing. She was just having a moment with her bestie, but her bestie don't like her and is jealous of her. So now all this drama is popping up. Pay attention, Lisa, to who you call your friends. Okay. So Ayan apologized. That's why Ayan apologized to Lisa at the table. Remember that, y'all? How she's like, "I'm so sorry," and she meant it, but So Ayan apologized to Lisa for playing the voice notes to the other girls. Lisa says she's not innocent either, but I mean, that was between you and your bestie. Ayan said no one sent me a voice note ever. And that was really funny. She kind of, that lightened the mood. It lightened the mood. So next, and I tell y'all, this reunion it was, Brooks and Talene telling Ayan she acts differently when Lisa isn't around. They say she's more likable. So Lisa's like, oh, because when I'm there, I have her back. Here go Ayan, the hyena. She's shouting, no, I didn't need no one to have my back. Girl, bye. Stanberry says, watching the show back, Ayan always asks how's Lisa's doing. Lisa never asks Ayan. So Lisa's like, that's not true. I'm her number one supporter. You asked me to tone myself down so you could sit next to Andy. That's what, Ayan is screaming to Lisa. And so it's like, well, y'all both sitting next to Andy. So what does bringing that up have to do with anything? See, that's that jealous best friend stuff right there. Just be saying stuff. Everything you do bothers them, and you thinking you loving on them and supporting them, and they can't stand every. Ooh, free me! Thank you, Lord, for freeing me from that. So, like Lisa, I love this. What she said, I don't compete with my friends. We are a team. Andy asked, well, what happened at the finale party? Because, it was a whole bunch of stuff going on. It got bad. And so this whole bragging word, So Stanberry and Lisa talking about Lisa's husband wanting to buy a big house, to start this farm out in Europe somewhere. Y'all remember? And Stanberry said, oh, you can buy my parents' house because they're selling it. And so she was like, oh, I like to see it. And so I think it was even Stanberry that said, oh, well, what you're trying to do with this farm, oh, their house might be too small. And then Lisa was saying, well, I could always expand, woo, woo, woo. They're just talking, right? So the word bragging entered the chat and the crowd goes wild. So Lisa called Stanberry to ask her, why did she say she was bragging? She said, I didn't say that. And honey, how many times this season Can anyone count? I will send you a care package. If someone could tell me how many times Stanberry has said, I didn't say that this season. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. It was your friend who always has the problem with someone who has something in this group. Bam, boom, bam. What did I just say, y'all? Stanberry just said it. I didn't say that, but it was your friend who always has a problem with somebody who has something in this group. Bam, there you have it. Ayan doesn't believe Stanberry said that because you want to not like Lisa this much. Ayan says her son was being bullied at school and she wanted him to come to the party to have some fun. She said she messaged everyone to see if anybody had a problem with her. And if they did, she wasn't going to invite him to, protect him. Are you paying attention, Sarah? She was not going to invite him if she was going to have problems with these girls. Sarah, are you paying attention? So she didn't tell Lisa this because they were cool then and it didn't make sense to ask your best friend that. So Stanberry tells Lisa, you brought the drama in front of her son. Like, that's where you went wrong, girl. Shut up, Stanberry. We both embarrassed ourselves, Lisa says, because her in-laws were there also. Oh, really? She said, we both need to be responsible for our behaviors. Exactly. So Andy gonna say, you both said to me at different times that you miss each other. Oh, listen to the diva trying to mend the friendship. Lisa can't get past Ayan saying that she wants Lisa unalived and in her casket. That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. Ayan, what are you talking about? You said it to me, Brooks. Lisa told Brooks, I don't believe you. Girl, really? She called Ayan on speakerphone. Brooks did, honey. Brooks called Ayan on speakerphone. And Brooks repeated what she said to her to get her to agree that she said it, right? So Ayan because she got, she has Lisa listening. Ayan gonna say, F that B. Child. What? See, that's that jealous friend, y'all. That's that jealousy. She's so mad at her success. She could probably be jealous of her just knowing the English language so well and being successful and having, but people don't know how hard it is. They don't see you hurting, crying, going through it. They just on the outside looking in, she has the husband that she loves, the 3 kids. She can do this. She got a relationship with her mother. She has her businesses. The kids are doing good. The husband is doing good. She could, and you wouldn't think that your friend would be jealous when they are married and have a business and have a son and all this and got family, but baby, it can happen. We're looking at it. Uh-huh. 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 Talene tells Brooks she ought to be shamed for setting them up. Brooks, you ought to be ashamed for setting up the friends that you over there said that you would never. No, I think that was Stanberry. But I think she says, I thought she respected their friendship at one point this season. I believe. But Brooks, she just fell flat for the reunion. I want to say. Now, she was Bomb Ola. Yes, I said Bomb Ola. Bringing back the 90s. But hear me out. She was so bomb in her confessionals. Honey, Brooks was shady boots. She was so good. And she just kind of fell flat for this reunion. She just sitting there. She was really quiet to me. Like, bring the receipts, bring the shade, talk that talk. Like, girl, wake up. Is she asleep? Brooks, wake up. Are you asleep? She was asleep, y'all. So she's like, you ought to be ashamed for setting him up. So Lisa gets up, honey. She needs a minute. She gets up, that beautiful gal. She looks good. She gets up. She didn't go nowhere. She was back in her seat less than a minute. Come back. Andy probably said, "Get back in here. We've been in it. We've been doing this for 17 hours. I am ready to go. I got kids. Get your butt back in that seat. Let's hurry up." So Andy asked Brooks, "Did she trap Ayan?" Brooks. Brooks. Brooks gonna say it was clarification. The ladies tell her she was wrong again. You were wrong. Ayan says she didn't say that. And she looks to Stanberry for protection and clarification. And, she just looks to Stanberry like, "Can I talk? Is it okay? You okay?" And so she says, "I say how much I love her and her family." Andy asked, "Lisa, do you believe Ayan said that?" And so Lisa says, "I hope she said it in the moment, like, because she was mad." And, remember, Ayan left. She went upstairs. She was crying. Slop, snot coming out her nose. She was highly emotional. So yeah, Lisa's giving her a little pass of, a little compassion, some understanding. Like you say things when you're in a moment when you're upset. Unalived in a casket, but that's a big thing that would be big for me. I don't know how we could get past that. So Ayan says she didn't say it. Oh yeah. How many times have we heard Ayan say she didn't say something? Girl, you do say the things. You that type, Ayan. You're that type. You say things because it seems like you want to be liked by everybody. And when whoever's not in the room, you will talk about them behind their back. You are not a friend. You are not a friend. So she also says that she just doesn't want to leave their friendship like this, kind of up in the air. If we do it, we do it. If we don't, we don't. She doesn't want to leave it like this. So they do the "I love yous," and they just like, we need to find a way to get back together, and they agree, vice versa, type of thing. And so they're both say they're gonna leave their doors open for each other. Yeah, okay. And then was that Lisa that says, maybe therapy? Therapy. Let me tell y'all. Okay, no, 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 no. I'm not going to therapy to get along with a girl that's supposed to be a friend. At this big age, you should know how to be a friend by now. Okay? No, we're not doing that. We don't want hard friendships. We don't want difficult friendships. If you don't get along, you just don't get along and you just don't stay friends. We're not going to therapy to work through our stuff, friend. So they admit they're both hurt and they have said hurtful things, then apologize to each other and agreed to never do it again and then move on. They gave each other. So they went into this. I don't know. They went into this. I don't know what this was for, but they went into this thing of giving each other these gifts, these old shady gifts. Probably was Andy's idea because that seems like something he would do. And if you watched the show, you saw I didn't even write the notes down. Maybe I should have. I didn't. It was just like I was over it. Boring. Is it over yet? Shady gifts. Let me try to remember. Ayan gave somebody some water because they're thirsty. Brooks gave Ayan a bling bling water cup. She liked it. I have a blue one from Starbucks. They have them in turquoise and pink. um, I don't remember. Oh. Brooks or Talene gave Brooks a dress that she owns that Brooks wore because remember her deal was you wear my clothes. You wore my clothes last season. So she came with the receipt and gave her a dress that she borrowed from Talene. And so it was just shady. And where does this leave us? not it wasn't a lot of it wasn't there was no resolve in my opinion. There was no resolve, and the gifts showed that, these old shady gifts, that wasn't funny. It wasn't cute. Oh, Lisa gave Stanberry, since you like me so much, or you want to be the president of my fan club because you just talk about me so much, you can't stop thinking about me. So she had gave her little care package, like to become like a fan president of hers. Shady, right? Just shady, 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 shady. Ha ha ha, whatever. Is it over yet? So Sarah closed the show with her words of advice to the girls, and it was over. And I didn't even write those notes down because I was ready for it to be over. And that was the review, my recap of The Real Housewives of Dubai Season 2, Episode 15, Reunion Part 2. It's over, you guys. It's over. We can now get to Salt Lake City, honey, because it's about to be a bomb show. Bomb season. Mary Cosby is back. We got some new girls. It's going down, down, down in Utah, honey. Uh, Let me know how you liked this season of Dubai. I loved it. But this reunion, let me know how you feel about the reunion, what you liked, what you didn't like, how Andy was running this thing. I wish he would find somebody else to host, whatever. How they treated Lisa. Who do you think should come back? Who do you think should walk away? I think Lisa should leave because they don't respect her. They don't like her. They're jealous of her. Do you think Stanberry will give Sergio a baby? Huh? 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 And tell me also, besties, whose look did you like the best? Whose look did you like the best? Okay, we can continue this conversation in the comments, and I will see you on the next video, besties. Bye, besties.